So, Cowdog Adventure Travel Day 3. Waiting for the skillet to cool down so I can put it back in its tote, which is over here. Our portable shelf worked good. We are at a beautiful location. This is the Palisade Campground. Not Palisades, singular, Palisade Campground on the Rio Grande River, which you can hear it. I think you can see it. Yeah, there's the river down there through the trees. River's flowing. We are in the Rio Grande National Forest, Palisade Campground. Oh yeah, there's the my window nets for the Cowdog. This is a first come, first served campsite. There's vault toilets, no water, no power. You're next to a highway. What's really cool is you're also next to a railroad track. Take you over here. But it's picnic table, cook area, fire ring, benches, railroad tracks. The website says these are active tracks, but these rails don't look very active. Anyway, this is the Denver and Rio Grande Southern Railway, I think is what the initials stand for. Anyway, starting off day 3, Cowdog, beautiful spot. We slept great. It was 40 some odd degrees this morning. Breakfast is cooked. We're gonna go off and go see some old ghost towns now. We left Palisade Campground and continued west on Colorado 149 to Creed. When we got cell signal for the first time in almost a day. Once we got back in touch with the world, we headed to the Bachelor Loop. Depending on how you count, the Bachelor Loop goes by at least a dozen old mines and 4 to 8 town sites. It also has a side stop at the Last Chance Mine. The Denver PBS station has a great YouTube video about Creed that spends a lot of time explaining the story of the Last Chance Mine, so I won't. Every bit of research I had done on the Bachelor Loop mentioned 4-wheel drive vehicles were needed for clearance reasons. Nothing mentioned the extreme to this Flatlander uphill climbing involved. I found the same lack of information when researching mountain hiking adventures too. Anyway, it wasn't very long at 5 to 10 miles an hour before my engine coolant was over 215 degrees, the engine oil temperature over 200 degrees, transmission temperature was hitting 220 degrees, and exhaust gas temperature, with no boost being generated, was around 900 degrees. All temperatures I don't hit pulling 9,000 pounds down the highway in 100-degree heat in Texas. I was worried. We found a spot to pull over and let it idle to cool down. That was when I tried and couldn't get it to shift into low range on the transfer case. I figured it was just to twist the frame. The twist the frame was in, but didn't force things since I got jammed into low and couldn't get back into high. Driving home to Texas would be impossible. We were putting out huge plumes of black smoke, too, anytime I gave it any throttle. Another new-to-me experience. I did manage to get the shift easily into 4-low while parked on level ground at the Last Chance Mine. Going back down into Creed was just about as steep as going up. Using the brakes very sparingly, still had us smelling hot brakes at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But we made it down. Then on to Lake City, which went Slumgullion Pass. Until a few years ago, when Cottonwood Pass near Buena Vista was paved on its west side, Slumgullion was the highest paved pass in the country. Having learned my lesson that slow engine speeds were bad at altitude, I kept downshifting going up Slumgullion to keep the RPMs around 2200 to 2500 RPM. That kept all the engine and transmission temperatures well below what happened on the Bachelor Loop. The methanol injection kept the EGTs down great as well. Going down Slumgullion into Lake City was another eye-opener. The 4L80E transmission doesn't have a tow haul mode and allows the vehicle to coast when in overdrive, and the throttle is lifted. I'd always thought and experienced that putting it in a third or a lower gear allowed engine braking, which might be true on the flat land we live at, not so much in the mountains. Brakes were the only way to keep it below 35 miles per hour when first gear was selected. The engine and transmission were not helping us stay slow. We soon smelled the brakes again And when we stopped at a scenic overlook, both front brakes were close to 400 degrees. We sat, ate a snack, and waited for the brakes to cool a good while. We eventually made it to Lake City safely, though. The end of day 3 has us in a Clear Fork RV park in Lake City, Colorado. Mountains in the background. Turn around. Mountains everywhere. Lake City, Colorado. 8,852 feet, I think. It's going down to 40 tonight. Cowdog did good today, but you notice the front wheels are a little bit brake dusted. Whew, we did some passes. Brakes got hot. So the transmission. We did the Bachelor Loop in Creed, and we survived, but I need to find out what the real normal, what is high temperature on the transmission temperature for the 4L80E, because I was hitting 220, 225, going 5 miles an hour uphill, and a couple times I had to stop for people on ATVs running around, and to get going again, I just blew big clouds of black smoke out. So I'm not sure those things, maybe I need a bigger turbo. Yeah, that's it. Day 3 is over in Lake City.